Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it had to happen one day, didn't it? Review several hundred maps and finally we have two maps that have been reviewed with the same name. Now the previous one with this name was back in episode 22. Were you around back then, you early adopter you? And that was by D-Hex and it was really, really glorious. Today's map, completely different. It's very playable. And it's by a name that you might recognise if you watched that Steam Top 100 show that I did a couple of weeks ago. We'll talk more about the creator in a minute because they're not really into their maps, but maybe they should be, and maybe you are too. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thanks for that support. Right, today's map is a King's Valley by Kellu. Could be Kellu, but I'm going Kellu. I'm sticking with it. Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Which way would you pronounce that one? Then you have got your start square looks like this. A little bit of highway sticking its nose into. Lots of buildable area there, plus of course the river. And then resources are a little bit sparse. I'd like to see a little bit more of something somewhere. It's just a little, a hint of resources. Off to the workshop, the unlimited trees mod, because there are a lot of trees on this map, and we'll be using the realistic version 1.4.5 European theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT. There's a little bit of reading up there if you'd like to have a little bit of a read before you start building. Now the highways are, well, this is the only highway. It's slightly uninspiring. It gives me a chance to talk about the creator first of all. Now, remember a few weeks ago we did a map by Mr. Maison, who's best known for their trees. Speaking of trees, all vanilla trees on this map, and I don't even mind. Today's creator, Kellu, is better known for their mods, but not just their mods, but their modits. Yes, they're responsible for, amongst others, Achieve It, Show It, Zoom It, Note It, you've got it, Empty It, and Watch It. There we are. Those are the 6 that have been in the chart this year. Those 6 that have got them into, was it 4th, what did I say position? 54th place in the top 100 creators list. There's your start square. See, that was it for the roads. That was it. It's going to be a short episode. Right, now we've seen the road. Shall we go and do the rail? Why not? Let's do the rail. And the rail is, oh, hang on a minute. Don't we normally have an asset? Wasn't there one there? Oh, there is. That's okay. Today's asset of the day is Fool's Views by 7528111818. I'm not sure what the fool that we're supposed to be viewing is. It looks like there's actually some kind of waterfall going on in the middle of this. A cylinder of waterfall. Can you see that? We'll go up and we'll see if we go down the middle of it if it's at all possible. It's an amazing bit of work if it is. Shall we do a factoid while we're doing that? Factoids, because factoids, look at the texturing, it's lovely. An amazing building. The person who conquered more territory during their lifetime than any other leader was, have a think about it. We'll get to that in a minute. Would it be Caesar? Was it Caesar? Was it Hitler? Oh, look at this. Do you know what? I think these are the fools. I think this is a cylinder of waterfall. Taking us down into the middle of that. Good steering, BonBon. I was surprised I didn't hit the sides. No, the leader was a Genghis Khan. Anyway, there you go. Fool's Views by 7528111818. That's today's asset of the day. So now we'll have a look at the rail, shall we? Yeah, Genghis Khan conquered more territory than any other leader. Good for you, sir. I don't know if it's politically correct to say that, considering the hundreds of people that would have been, raped and butchered. Not necessarily in that order. Back down to the road. Now, it's not a perfectly flat map, and there will be one or two spots where it's just a little bit undulating. Like here, we've got a little bit of a gentle climb going on there. Within believability of gameplay, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. If you're playing for realism, you might want to rebuild that last bit there. Then it levels out nicely, follows along the side of the riverbank. But see that bridge up ahead? Yeah, you don't want to see what happens after that because it just gets a little bit on the steep side. You can probably make it out already. Cross the river, there's the river, and come down here and have a little look. There you go. You can make out it is just a little bit of a steep gradient there. It's not hideous though. We've seen a lot worse, and it's all right. It's okay. Let's not worry. Let's not lose friends over it, huh? And then down here to the next river crossing and off to the edge of the map, which means already 5 minutes in we can have our intermission.
Want to add a custom hedge maze to your park but don't have the time to build one? Why not try BonBonB's modular hedge maze set? This guide will show you how to select and use the right units. Click the information button below.
And shipping routes, there are none, but we have air routes. I'm going to take this route because it's probably the jankiest. Got one here that has a sharp turning off to the edge of the map that way. And then if we carry on along this way, say this is the worst route that we could take, but I'm choosing it for that purpose only. And then down here we can take a nice curve off that way, but also a hard left off that way. So potential for 2 hard left turns for the mid-air routes there. We've got lots of rivers. And are they working rivers? Well, kind of, sort of, kind of, probably, little bit. A little bit of water flow issue going on there. That might sort itself out as the map beds in. I haven't left it running particularly long, so I'm not. It's in the fog. I'll let it go. Here we've got. It looks like a divergence here, doesn't it? Just a little bit. And if we have a look off to the right, though, it's not. That's water coming down from the mountain there. Which means if water is flowing in this way, which you can make out, say it's definitely flowing, come down there, have a little look, definitely flowing down the hill, do you agree? Yes, I think we can all agree on that. Then down here, where it meets up with the river, you can see it's still flowing down. Is it still flowing downhill? Oh no, it's flowing upstream here. So somewhere in this area here, there's an arrow going down. Well, now we know the null spot is literally there between those 2 arrows. That's where it's all coming to. And where's your start square? It's right there, which is a little bit of a concern if I'm honest with you, just a little bit. But we've got a lot of water flow through this river, so once we can really start working into this river, it won't matter. But there may be a bit of sewage back up there. We'll keep coming along, and then we've got this is another convergence of rivers, lovely, and then what looks like a lake, and then the water goes off the bottom of the map there. Now let's have a little look back at this. I would change this if this were me. I'm going to change it anyway for now, but of course, if you're subscribing to the map, you'll have to do this yourself. This is me changing it within my game, not on the workshop. I'm just going to try and find a decent brush size. Too small, too large, too large. Goldilocks is what we need, somewhere in the middle. Just right, better. Right, so I'm just going to move the riverbank off that way. And then I'm just going to grab this tool here. And I'm just going to fill in this area here. That will grass over all on its own once it all starts drying out. And I think that would be a more natural shape for the river to converge. And maybe even get rid of a little bit of that backup with the water flow. Simple as that. Now, if we follow that downstream, we've got another one down here, which I'm going to let go. You can see the water flowing in at this angle. The same again, sharp turning at the bottom there. This looks more like a lake to me, and I can just about believe this as a lake, so that's not so bad. You may also have noticed, yeah, we'll find some in the hills as well. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Anyway, huge build. We'll get there in a minute. Don't worry, I haven't missed it. Huge build plane there. Loving the terrain work, the topography. There you go. Topography on here is not bad. I'm also quite taken by the tree placement as well. And given that the trees are all vanilla, I don't mind them at all. I really don't. Just switching the terrain lines on, so I can show you there. Terrain lines are on. And we look over here in the buildable area, It's perfectly flat. That adds a lot of playability for a lot of us as well, which is all a good thing. All a good thing. So let's go back to what was I doing? Turn terrain lines. Oh, that's a hotkey for that. I don't know why I had to go into that menu there. Right, yes. So coming down here, we've got the riverbanks are a little bit clunky, but that's not necessarily hideous. I mean, this is more of a mountain stream, mountain river type thing, I guess. And if we go up this way, let's see if the water flow has sorted itself out. And as we come up here, you may notice, yes, we have got some drowned trees there. I'll show you those in a minute. But yeah, the water is still a bit lumpy, so I don't think that's going to sort itself out. But yeah, we have some drowned trees there, and there are a few in the lake, I think, as well. You may have noticed earlier. And we won't go and have another look at the lake because, frankly, I forgot to. But yeah, the river seems a little bit gouged out, but mountain streams like that can be a little bit gouged out. Forming of the canyon, you know. Yeah, the vanilla trees, I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. They don't take away from the aesthetics on this map at all. So anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. And remember, Viewer's Choice Top 10 for last month is coming out on Friday evening UK time. Settle down, children, settle down. Aesthetically, do you know what? I quite like it. I know those rivers leave a little bit to be desired, but I still think overall it's 4 stars for me. Even vanilla trees. There we are. That says something. It's got to be a good, well designed, well thought out map for 4 stars for aesthetics in vanilla. Detailing. There's nothing much wrong with it. Nothing much wrong with it. I can't quite go to 4 stars though because there are some points of order. It's 3 stars. It's 3 stars. I'm also going to say the same for gameplay. I could comfortably push this to 4 stars, but I'm a little bit worried about that water flow. Just a wee bit worried, and you might have arguments over whether those air routes are fine. And do you know what? No, I'm going 4 stars. There you go. Changed my mind. 4 stars for gameplay. Kings Valley by Kellu. Do you know what? A vanilla map, playable, it's all in place, looks okay. Yeah, just short of the seal of approval actually, just short. If I keep talking, I might end up giving it before the end of today's show. So I'll change the subject. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. That's what this series is, my friends. And there's some old stuff on the screen now to watch. And don't forget, Viewer's Choice coming up this Friday. Don't miss it. Who will be the top map of last month?